We are continuing to monitor what's going on in the East Coast as it is deja vu all over again. More frigid temperatures as the National Weather Service says the Empire State, most of it will be under a cold weather advisory starting early on Friday morning as a potential bomb cyclone is heading their direction. You can just see the frozen Hudson high atop here, courtesy of our Fox 5 team. And you can see some of those tugboats having a hard time making their way through. It's almost a pretty cool sight to see all of these little icebergs there out in this river in the Big Apple there. So we're going to continue to follow this here, and we're still watching as the New York Post reporting a deadly bomb cyclone headed straight for New York could batter the Northeast. More snow and colder temperatures. Parts of Long Island could see 1 to 2 inches of snow on Sunday. The rest of the state, likely not much, but it's really dependent on exactly where the system moves through. Let's take you out to our Fox 5 team as they began their newscast, bringing everyone up to speed on what to expect this weekend.
Right now on the 5 o'clock news.
Now at 5, police arrest a man after he rams his car into Chabad Lubavitch headquarters in Brooklyn, just in the hate crime charges he's now facing.
But first, a Fox 5 exclusive. Social service teams fanning out across the city. Fox 5 cameras were there getting a firsthand look at how this extreme cold weather emergency is being handled in the city.
At a live look outside right now, it is bitter and brutal. Look at that shot. It really tells the whole story, doesn't it? A cold weather advisory now in effect from midnight tonight until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. The dangerous cold not letting up anytime soon. Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Steve Lacey.
And I'm Natasha Verma. The feel-like temperatures will be minus 20 in some spots tonight.
All right, from the fountain in Bryant Park and the Great Falls in Paterson, New Jersey, to the iced-over Hudson River, which has brought ferry service to a halt, as well as anyone walking outside. Pretty much everywhere you look, everything is frozen solid.
And to make matters worse, there's no end in sight to this dangerous deep freeze. Meteorologist Audrey Puente is at the weather map. And Audrey, this is the kind of cold that we really have to take seriously.
We really do, and it's going to get even worse tomorrow morning, Natasha and Steve. We are expecting dangerous wind chills across the tri-state area as colder air pushes in for tonight. This weekend, we're also looking for the chance of snow out on the east end of Long Island, and coastal problems will be ahead because we could have some flooding at the times of high tide, and this will be on Sunday. In the meantime, it's all about the frigid air that's still locked in place here across the tri-state area. We've had cold weather advisories over the last few nights here in the tri-state area. Now it's been extended further east across the Long Island, the entire state of Connecticut, and it actually goes further north into New England. It's just not shaded here on the map. This goes into effect at midnight tonight, lasts until 10 a.m. Tomorrow, and it's because we're expecting very, very cold wind chills, the coldest we've seen so far, not just for us, but for areas off to our west, too, like across Virginia, over towards the Ohio Valley, into southern New Jersey. Even still, we're expecting temperatures to be well below normal for this time of year, and wind chills making it feel even colder. 21 right now in Islip. It's 22 in the city, same number in Bridgeport. We're in the 20s for the most part. The exception here is Monticello at 13 and Scranton at 14. Wind speeds a little bit more windy than it was yesterday at this time. Right now they're sustained between 10 and 15 miles per hour. They're gusting to about 25, so that's making for wind chills in the single digits in many spots, although we're now down to 0 for a wind chill in Monticello. As I mentioned, tonight it's going to be even colder, dangerously cold across the entire region. We are looking at wind chills here at 7 a.m. tomorrow to be down into minus 13 in White Plains and Bridgeport and Poughkeepsie, and minus 26 over towards Monticello. That is dangerously cold, so do what you can to keep covered if you do have to be outdoors in the early morning hours of tomorrow. Our satellite and radar shows dry weather right now. We have a couple of flakes flying off towards Sullivan and Ulster County. Those are part of lake effect snow showers that really won't affect the rest of us tonight. We're going mostly clear. That's going to allow our temperatures to drop into the teens and single digits, but of course it's all about the wind. We'll talk more about the dangerous wind chills that we're expecting coming up.
Very well. All right, thanks, Audrey. Well, the extreme weather has social service agencies in the city working overtime to make sure those in need are not left out in the cold.
And in a Fox 5 exclusive, our Lisa Evers got a first look inside a New York City safe haven shelter. She's in the meatpacking district right now. Lisa, what have you learned?
Well, Natasha and Steve, this cold, dangerous weather is so deadly. As you know, it's already claimed the lives of some of the city's most vulnerable residents. Now the race is on to take the street homeless into shelter. And for them, there's a new option. They're called safe havens. And we got an exclusive look inside one of these safe havens. It's the Lisa Evers Fox 5 exclusive. Right now, outreach workers are at it 24/7, trying to bring the street homeless in from the cold. But some resist going because they fear the big city shelters are too dangerous with the open-style dorms and crowded conditions. When Keith Elam was on the streets, he tells me he preferred to sleep on the number 1 train.
There's just so many things going on in the shelter, like the staff at the shelter really can't cover every issue that goes on.
Elam says an outreach worker changed his life last winter when she told him about the Safe Haven shelters, which are smaller and full of supportive services. He tells me the outreach worker spent hours trying to get him placed, which she did, at a CUCS facility. He even got his own room.
Well, I was on a platform one day, a train platform, and these people came up to me. They were outreach workers, and they asked me, did I need any help? Like, did I look for, did I need shelter? And I said, no. They said, well, we have a Safe Haven shelter. And I said, well, I've been to a city shelter before, and I'm better here than I'm safer here than I'm in a city shelter.
Under the ongoing Code Blue alert, the Department of Social Services, which oversees the Department of Homeless Services, has mobilized an array of resources, from warming buses to intensified street outreach, partnering with nonprofit service providers like the Center for Urban Community Services, CUCS for short, to blanket the city.
From Monday the 19th until today, we've had more than 600 placements into a variety of different settings, almost all of which have been shelter and safe havens.
The Safe Haven shelter also offers a variety of on-site services for its residents.
We have a cafeteria that we can show you, but we also have our medication room. So services that we provide here is assistance with medication. So clients see our on-site providers, and we help coordinate to bring the medications on site.
For Keith Elam, the Safe Haven has given him a chance to rebuild his life after 3 decades of homelessness, substance abuse, and criminal justice involvement. He volunteers now at a church group and does other volunteer work. He tells me he'll be leaving the Safe Haven soon and moving into his own apartment in a couple of weeks.
It's a transformation, right? See, that's the total, and that's what has to be done for me.
Now, while we're under this Code Blue alert, Mayor Mamdani and Commissioner Park are urging New Yorkers, if you see somebody on the streets, a homeless person, call 311. The call will immediately be switched to 911, and a whole array of emergency services will be mobilized to help that individual. You could even save a life or help them get into a safe haven and get their own room. That's the latest here from the Meatpacking District. I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Natasha, back to you.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much. And despite these crippling conditions, there are many New Yorkers who have to work outside in the extreme cold. We talked to a police officer about what he does to stay safe.
Basically, you got to layer up. You have to get used to it. But once we're outside and you do it every day, you have to wear layers. I'm probably wearing, I have 4 shirts on right now.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Doctors are urging anyone who spends time outside to take extra precautions. They say extended exposure to the bitter cold can increase the risk of frostbite and hypothermia.
NYC ferry service remains suspended today because of ice on the East and Hudson Rivers. Look at that. What an image. NYC Ferry says its crews are monitoring waterway conditions and are preparing the fleet to make sure service can resume once conditions improve. NYC Ferry says it will post service updates on its website.
All right, you're listening into our Fox 5 team, breaking it all down with this frigid temperatures, a second straight weekend in the Northeast dealing with this major winter storm.